For many people, a washing machine was the first major appliance they bought. But in the 2 decades following the Second World War, all sorts of other smaller and cheaper electrical gadgets made their way into our homes. And now, for the first time, people all over the country could have the luxury of a labour-saving vacuum cleaner. The history of vacuum cleaners goes back over 100 years. In 1901, Hubert Cecil Booth, an Englishman, built an enormous machine drawn by horses and parked in the street with long suction pipes leading in through the windows. Then, 6 years later, a James M. Spangler built the very first electric vacuum cleaner. He was a janitor in an Ohio department store, and he found that cleaning the rugs made him sneeze. So using an electric fan and an old soapbox, he knocked up a prototype. And I've made one rather similarly. I've got an ordinary desk fan here, and you would expect to stand in front of this and have a wonderful cool breeze, but I've turned the blades round so it's going to blow the air that way, so on this side we'll have suction. And I've put that on my soapbox here so that when I switch on, it will suck the air up from below and indeed up this tube, and I'll be able to suck up all that sawdust. And on the end, to collect all the rubbish, he had a pillowcase. And so I've got a pillowcase here. So let's switch on. Oh, hey, look, I've got a wonderful clean line. Very, very elegant. And now I just need to go back and make another parallel track. And in next to no time, I'll have the whole carpet entirely dust-free. Spangler's device was patented on the 2nd of June 1908, and he began advertising what he called the electric suction sweeper, boasting to potential buyers, modern sweeping by electricity, and substantially made, will last a lifetime. He wasn't wrong. It really is very substantial, this machine, but it's got some lovely little bits of decoration to appeal to the housewife. However, Spangler soon found he was getting attention from another sort of buyer, this rather stern-looking bloke. He was a saddle maker looking to diversify his business. His name was William Henry Hoover, and he liked the suction sweeper so much, he bought the company. And so now we call the whole thing hoovering. But he didn't invent it. It was Spangler who invented it. We should be Spanglering our floor. In the century since, Hoover has built many millions of vacuum cleaners. Quite a few of them are owned by Mike King. Hi, Mike. I'd forgotten what a noise they make. It sounds like a truck, doesn't it?
Such a roar.
Yeah, and the light. I love it. I love it. You've got a terrific collection. How long have you been collecting for?
About 5 years.
Really? How many have you got altogether?
About 83.
83. When it comes to doing the vacuuming, Mike's only worry is which one to use. He's got all manner of manuals, cylinders and uprights, the first of which dates to the 1930s.
The Goblin model on the end, the Goblin Wizard, basically nothing more than a little motor on a stick with a bag attached. Simply we move on to when the rolling beta bar starts.
Right.
Bigger motor, nice shiny aluminium exterior. These behind you, no longer made of metal, lots of Bakelite, lots of brown colour.
So what's special about this machine?
Well, this one benefited from a new range of industrial designers brought into companies to sort of streamline the products, make them look more glamorous, more elegant.
So they were just practical, but the earlier ones, and this is a real designer job.
Real design.
So what's in it then?
Smooth Bakelite hood.
Ah, so that's Bakelite.
And of course we have the headlight on the front.
Headlight. That was just a gimmick, presumably.
No, that was to find your hidden dirt.
Ah, yeah.
When we come round to us, the swinging 60s, where we see all the colour. Styles change. We have the new plastics,
Right.
various colours. Still with the bags, look very similar. And then we move round through to the 70s machines over there with the hard cases. So we've gone from these flimsy bags to holding the dust in a solid, rigid container.
Right. But they've given up on the colour.
Well, they have slightly. We've lost, the psychedelics of the 60s.
The swinging 60s saw domestic appliances promoted as fashion accessories, as well as simply for the job they did. Multicoloured machines were designed to appeal to a new wave of young people moving out of home and into their own flats. But there were more exciting developments than just bright colours on offer.
There we are.
Ah! Magic!
You're very short of space.
Yeah.
You can stick it in the wardrobe with your suitcase. There's the motor, and it even has its own cord rewind.
That's very clever, isn't it? I wouldn't mind one of those. Really good. And what about this thing?
This is the space-age Hoover Constellation. Floats on its cushion of air.
It does look a bit like a satellite, doesn't it?
It is, yeah.
Lovely. Right, I'm going to have a go. Hoover, Hoover, Hoover. Come on, Fido. Hoover, Hoover. Good dog. Good dog. Great. Thanks very much, Mike.
Bye,
Take care. See you next time.